All right, this is a documentary. I did take it off the King's hands off prior to filming, so sorry. I got the idea to film at the last minute here. Not the last minute, but yeah, I just took the King's arms off, hands off, and here they are. All right, so basically what we're doing is we're transforming him back to the guitar. I'll try and get the dead parts of the video and cut them out because it does take time and a lot of effort to do this. This video will go be posted on the last day, which is tomorrow, of Save King. And you know, I'm gonna make it to where I can still you know, the cool part is he got a microphone transformation and I can always do that again. It's fairly simple, but then again, anything anything that I have done, including this, is not fairly simple. It's fairly simple to me because I've been doing it so long, but it is a process. I might even say creating videos are fairly simple, but they're not. All right, so let's see. So we got the hands off. We got all that detached. I'm taking all these off, which just are the straps that I put to hold them there. Collecting all the pieces from the bottom here, all the nuts and bolts that came off, and now we're going to grab the guitar and so this should be fun because I used the cylinder off the guitar to do his back and forth motion on his microphone. And now we're going to, hopefully the cylinder's okay. If not, it's fairly easy to order from Bimba. Let's see. I need something that drills. A drill. Okay. So I don't know, I'm just gonna make sure that you guys can kind of see how it was made, or how it was put on, rather. And so this thing holds the guitar in place, so therefore I put his guitar cylinder to bring it back and forth for the microphone. Now we're just gonna unscrew the bolt, and you know, during all these processes, all I hope for is that I don't lose a finger. Yeah, safety should always be first. Unfortunately, I get really hyped up and very impatient, but you should always have safety first. Now I got this here. Oh, cool, I can just take this off. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm unscrewing that. I'm pushing that back, that way I could take this off. And that's what was bolting the cylinder to it. Now just put pieces. It's real critical that you put back everything, how it went, and you know where everything went, because it's kind of like a puzzle. If you just throw the puzzle pieces around, when it comes back to needing that puzzle again, you forgot where you put it. All right, so now we're bringing out his cylinder. Looks like it's still in good condition too. I kind of had to, his valve bank here, I had to finagle with it because just to create the move wasn't how it was originally meant to be, so I had to change valves out. I said ow, not out. All right, and then he also has tubing all in here, and one tube that I clogged on purpose. So we're gonna take all that out. Or I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Thought I did. I think I clogged it with the other valve. Yeah, there's nothing else there. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so now I think I'm ready to look at the, put the guitar back on. I'm gonna kind of bring the camera here and try not to mess anything up. There we go. I'll try and put some more light on there, that way you guys can see. That's good. All right, so my pieces I saved on here. I know that for a fact. As I say that, I'm wondering where one piece is. It's got to be here somewhere. Things don't walk away. That's like my main motto. So there's this piece, but there's another piece that looks just like this piece, and it's here somewhere, or I put it somewhere and save it in a safe spot. But I sometimes forget where that safe spot is. Look back here. Aha! I found it. It's in his pin bank, where I keep all his safety pins. All right, so now I gotta reconstruct this. I think I have pictures of it too. It's always good to take pictures. That way you remember what the heck you did. These screws were all on there originally, so I just screwed them back in. That way I could save them. Okay. So the key is to get the cylinder back in place, and then the valve banks back in place. And also to get this thing off, which is annoying, because it is a bolt, a nut and bolt that I kind of wedged in there. So I gotta, see, there you go. That holds it like that. And then I'm able to unscrew it and the bolt come out. Let's see. Yeah, it's working. All right, it worked. Still need that bolt to come out. That was kind of tight. Got to be real careful that while you're working, that you don't I've stripped so many bolts, unfortunately. There we go, we got it out, yay. Okay, so this is his, there's a word for it, but I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like a clevis, rod clevis, I guess, I don't know. So we'll go ahead and put that back on his, this is known as a stroke of the cylinder, so we're gonna go ahead and put it right back on. That way the cylinder's back where it's supposed to be. And I'm gonna go ahead and take off this valve bank. And now we wanna mount this back on. And just because I remember how pretty much everything was, but if I need to, I can look for photos that I took in case I had a question. So that's gonna be where it goes. I can kind of see the, oh, okay, I have to take the thing off again. This thing, in order to get those screws back in where they were. So I'm gonna take all this off. This little piece of hose here was like meant as a stopper, I guess, so it doesn't damage anything. So we're gonna go ahead and push that all the way back in. That way we can screw it in. And I got my nifty screws that I still got. And I can kind of tell from the thing what screws from the shadowing of how long they'd been there, of what screws, and if they had a washer. We'll get that back in. That's not good. Okay, so that just came right back out, so that means that it had a longer one. It could mean that, or it could mean that it needs now a longer one. So I think that's going to be good. That definitely will catch, so we'll use that instead. Okay. I'm a little impatient just because I like to get things done now. But I've learned to try and be more patient. So that means that it's a less tendency to mess things up. Hopefully that'll be enough to secure it. Yep, sure does. Now, this thing in here, I have a feeling this was it. I'm gonna back that up because I think I found a longer one. And this was not as thick, and that wasn't really holding that well. And the good thing about these screws is you could always get more. Yeah, see how that just fits right in? That's not good. I need to get something longer. And I may go ahead and just get out the good old toolbox, because I'm sure with wood that old, it's gonna need new stuff. And I found that if you don't do it right, there's a reason why this stuff was created in such a way that if you don't do it right, then it's not going to last. It may last for a little bit, but then you'll just have to redo it all over again. So we're going to look for a little better screw here. Want to make sure that I'm not going to go to the other side of it, so it can't be super long. Yeah, it's super long. And I have more screws than I know what to do with. So I know I'm not going to have to make a trip. I remember now where most of the screws are, which are in a box, another box. That box. So I'm working tomorrow, so some of it's, most of it's from home, but still, work is work. That doesn't mean king, so at least I'll be able to post this video for everybody. Tell me I have one little screw. All I need is one little screw. Found some here. Found something I'll need later. Okay. Yeah, that'll definitely be better. And it won't go through the wood to the other side, which is of course what we don't want. And eventually, I don't do very many. This was the first one I've ever done, changing out his guitar to microphone. So, oh, I see. So I did have a strap. This strap was actually right there to hold that. So that was actually already happening, that it was coming out from original. And the cool thing is all this stuff is wood and metal. And if you ever want to create one your own, it's actually not that complicated. Okay, that holds really good. Now, the key is to get this in place. And I kind of left that screw there, so I would remind myself how this went. And now I have to take it out again. Because it's the other side that has to be done first. It's like a big puzzle. All right, so this has to go in, and then this is screwed in. Not screw it up, but like, you know, take the screw up. Put that back in. Good. And same thing for this side. Fasten that on there. And I'm pretty sure, yep, same screw, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and get those guys back in. And don't worry, I won't charge anybody to see this. No pun on that comment. To create something and to show you how it's created, I don't feel should be a charge. I'm not all worried about that. Even if I was making money off of it in creating the bots, I would definitely share it, because you need the new generation to see it. And why, you know, we don't want to make the new generation greedy like some of the old generation. Of course, everything costs money, so I understand, you know, there's business, but when it comes to teaching, that's something that really should be shared. If you're really that worried if people are gonna steal your ideas, you know, especially if you're pretty much washed up, like why, you know, like you would think you would want to share your ideas. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. But if you're gonna charge somebody $150 an hour just to talk to you, that's kind of messed up. But some people lose their, you know, hopefully you guys will never lose helping other people. You should always help, even if you don't gain. You don't have to, there should be no expectation of gaining. And that's still going all the way in, so yeah, that's pretty stripped as far as inside the wood, and that's why I put that strap on there. But I think this one's a little bit better. I'm gonna have to have something on there. And I'd rather it hold, even though I did put that strap on there, that was like a bandage, kind of. All right. Need to find a screw, longer screw. And you know, I totally believe that, you know, at first I went and bought everything, and then I saw my bank account just dwindling. So, you know, then I was like, well, yeah, I'll try and make it work with what I have. That's too long. So money can go fast with restoring animatronics. Like I said, it was close to 45, 40, probably 4,700 to restore the King. And when you're not rich, that's a lot of money. I was looking for that. Maybe there's some free screws in these bags. Screws are always the ones that I use most, so they're the ones that are not found most. Look up here. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, well, we're gonna put the original one back in. I just don't want it to pop out. So if it doesn't hold, then I'm gonna have to go looking. It's gonna shake a lot because it is his guitar. So I'm gonna go looking for something better, longer. Okay, I got some stuff, some more screws, and I got a charger for the camera. I'm just gonna bring it up, and we gotta be prepared for that wonderful part 2 of the King-a-thon tonight. All right, so I got some screws. I got different ones of different sizes. Figured I'd need it later. That's still gonna go through. I don't like that. The idea of anything puncturing the other side is not good. Don't tell me I'm in the same spot. This is a little bit longer. Yeah, awesome. So this will definitely hold. It's not going to be what holds the whole thing together, but yeah, now that's good. So even with jiggling, it's not going to jiggle it out. And now for the other one, which I can see a huge spot here, but usually that's just because, well, what do we got? I got some more here. So that looked like it was too big for that. There's more. Like Billy made. But wait, there's more. Alright, where are you guys? There's a washer. Trying to find the same washer. Now that's perfect. That's the same washer that was on there before. And now we'll put this through. And that seems like it'll go in good. And nice. Probably don't even need the strap bridge anymore, but I'm still going to use it. This little strap that ensures that it won't fall. Because what we don't want is the King doesn't know to stop when something falls off. His cylinders will keep going, and we don't want that because that could definitely break something. There we go. Nice. Very nice. Like a King Matata. Alright. Now, looks like we got it completely in. Now we'll put the little stopper in there. And we'll put the bolt or the nut right in there. Okay. And then we'll put this, I'm pretty sure it's called a clevis pin or something like that. Okay. And then we're ready. We got that. I didn't take anything off of those. Now we're ready for the valve banks. These are the valve banks. I've replaced so many of them. It was hard to tell if that's what went bad or what. So I see the screw here, and I think I got this screw here on purpose. So I just want to make sure all these will go somewhere. Yep. So the weird part is there's only one hole there. But whatever. It's going to be 2 now because it has to hold. There we go. Now what I don't want is that, actually. It's too low. You don't want any of the things to show. Any of the, whatever it's called. And this is pretty short, so, and then this is pretty short. It actually might go on better than originally put on, which is kind of cool. Because I am going to put it in a different relocate it. There we go. Oh, see, this goes, it's the bottom though, so it's not so bad. Okay. And if I have to redo it, I have to redo it. I mean, that is what's called trial and error. The other valve bank will be a lot easier. There we go. That valve bank's on. And now for the second valve bank, which I know goes right there for a fact. Let's take that off. All right. And some of these got really loose, so it's always good to check and tighten them up. All right. And I can see exactly how this one was put on. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, now we need screws again. And they're here somewhere. Okay, so yeah, these should work. Where did the other one go? like it's ready to go back on. These guys in the valve bank, these are like in and out when they're together, so I'm pretty sure that that's how it's going to work. Put that back in and put that back in. And it doesn't show on the outside, which is good. Probably wrap this around. So again, it kind of tightens it. It won't show. Very good. Looks like we're ready to put it back on. So now, let's get rocking. Okay. Now, King is probably in a different spot than he was before. We're gonna push him a little bit. There we go. A lot lighter without his guitar. But still heavy. Okay. Now we will just place it on. Excuse me, King. Put your hands behind your back, please, sir. Thank you. And so you guys see what's going on here. Yeah, King's been arrested. He's been charged. I'm kidding. Just put his hands behind his back. I could fasten this on. Yep. And then the bolts, or the nuts rather. Which, that was one of them. Where's the other ones, Jared? Here they are. At least I put it all in one central location. That's the important part. Some of these have 2 bolts each, and that's so it won't, it does an extra tightening job. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it, that way, because you figure it's gonna wiggle when he's on, and when he's moving, oh yeah, that's correct. The worst part is probably putting on his hands. I'm gonna think of it. But worst part could be over, who knows? We don't know until we consider it successful. And you gotta be careful, because yeah, he is antique. But again, anything can be remade and replaced. Okay, so I'm gonna put that one on there. And I'm gonna put one in the middle, the extra one on in the middle one. You can't see what I'm doing, but either can I. All right, I just go by feel. All right, now we're gonna look for his thing here okay, I see it. For the light, which that will be strapped better so that the light won't show like it was. That'll probably be good right there. We'll get to that in a little bit. All right. Let's see. Now, I'm gonna put his hands back on. Probably this thing actually goes through him, and that's for his light on his guitar. I just gotta find that connection. So I'm gonna put this through it and then take it out the back. Excuse me, King. There it is. Plug that back in. All right. This light's plugged in. And now for the good old hands. Cool thing is I don't take his hands off when I replace his guitar. Whoops. And so, or when I replace the front of the guitar to change the color. So it's kind of nice to have his hands off right now. All right, I'm gonna take this off because that was no longer needed. And this is his hand. I got fingers here that are coming out, so I'll kind of bring all that forward. And he has a lot of padding in the front. I'm gonna kind of take some out and kind of pad this side too. That way it doesn't look so Berenstain Bears. And a lot of his bracelets and stuff that he wears, I send out to you, the fans, when you purchase like a poster or anything, actually. I'm not there to make money off of it. I'm there to promote the King. So you'll get some treats there. You can ask other fans or probably see it in the notes. Now what I didn't like about the King that you see in Chuck E. Cheese videos, I don't know if we get this right, that way you guys can see, yeah. I don't like how it looked like this. And he just went boom, 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 boom. No, he needs to have it like that. So I actually drilled different holes. That way it makes it like that. So now I just gotta find my hole placement. And see how it's all puffy like that? I really don't want that. I want the puff to be on the other side. That helps with the padding. There we go. And the cool thing about even the hands is I've got I can just easily make new ones because eventually they do go bad. I have his original one still. Just kind of like a collection. Okay. I want it to do that, or do I want it to do? I made it a couple ways. There we go. That's the new holes that I did. So now I gotta find the nut and bolts. Where are you? Nut and bolts. I got some nut and bolts right here. And the cool thing is I have 1 billion bolts for some reason. So I'm sure I will find the right one to fit. There's a good one. As long as it fits through the hole. That one's gonna be tight. That one's gonna be tight. So, although it fits this, oh no it doesn't, so I do need a little bit thinner. I thought that felt a little thick anyway. That feels a little too thin. I would say that's just right. This isn't porridge.
One was too hot, one was too cold. The other one was just right.
Good thing is I don't have to use those specific bolts. Alright. Actually, that's better. Okay. But, of course, I need a different nut now. things drive me nuts. It's too big. Too small. Too small. And these gotta be just right, because if not, off goes his hand, which is not good. It's too small. And something tells me that, especially when there's, oh, here we go, look at that. That might be good. But that one's going to be more difficult to set in, just because it doesn't have a screw. I like it when they have an actual screw. Not a square, which I'll do it if I have to. So just Allen wrench it. There we go. That one's too big, that one's too small. I think this one was original. Yeah, it was. So we could use that. Okay. Back to the drawing board. And we'll use definitely one of these, because that'll help hold it in place. A washer. Sorry, I'm thinking of a lot, so I kind of describe things before I that. The reason why I like it to have a screw is because it makes this easier. Okay. That's not going to be fun to take out. It is old, it's one of his older ones, but that's fine, because it will come out. And now one more. And let this be a lesson. If you, the more organized you are, the faster everything happens. And just the opposite. But at least my place doesn't look like it's a pigsty everywhere. Again, not talking about anybody in particular. Let's see. How about that? Catch me outside. All right. And I give respect to where it's deserved. So if somebody treats me right, doesn't try and screw me over, doesn't try and con me, and I'm never going to talk bad about them. But again, if they do, then I will definitely voice my opinion, as should anybody. If you look up King's, you got to stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. All right, what are we going to do here, Jared? You need to get this on. You need to get King 95. Oh my goodness. I don't think he's gonna like that. Okay, so this is whatever it's called, Allen wrench. kind of thing, so I guess I'm gonna just use that for the other one. If it even goes in, 'cause it is pretty tight. Yeah, see, that's may not even happen. So I'll probably just take this part out of the video, because now I gotta search for stuff. Oh, no. Got an Allen wrench. This is a Allen wrench. And let's see if we can get it through. What I like about that is it's gonna hold it very well. It's almost like it's screwing it in, which is awesome. Takes a little bit more elbow grease, meaning it's more difficult and harder, but that tells me that it is not going to go anywhere and it's not going to come off, and that's even better. And I know that I can take it off when I need to. Alright, so I will still put a nut on there because it's good to do. If it will go. Oh, it was the wrong way. That's too thick. Different type of a nut. A little bit bigger, maybe? Oh, maybe that's it. Yep, that was it. Okay. So that's in. Boom, boom, boom. And now the simple part is just to get these restrapped. And I will find my straps that I know I bought. I know they're here somewhere. Oh boy. King is gonna get spring cleaning soon. He needs it. All of his parts just pile up. The heck did I put it? Okay, gotta be here somewhere. Whoops. Yeah, it was Lobo. Oh, you're sitting better. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna find these. Uh-huh. Cable ties. These are definitely needed. and disposable. Or they're not reusable, but they're disposable, which is good. Take all his pins out. One thing King does not need is unwanted pins. And then we'll bring his arm out from the fur one of these days. We're on a time limit here because we've got to get him programmed, and that takes time. So I am a little bit trying to rush, but at the same time, he has this that kind of cuts in there. That way it can be cable tied perfectly. And now we'll go ahead and cable tie it. Bring it around. And bring that in through here. Okay. It's pretty tight, but that's good. Very good. Good. Now the excess is good to cut. There we go. It's also good to throw away. All right. So now we'll start pinning again. What you doing, Jared? Just pinning. Just pinning. And there's a pin right there. Take that out. And that's kind of why he has straps around his arms so you don't see this. And it looks cool. Everybody likes the final thing, but those that can appreciate the hard work it takes to get to that final part, whether it be a video or even how popular the King has become now, it takes a lot of work, and more than likely, the only person that'll appreciate it is yourself when you're doing it. Everybody else will appreciate, mostly everybody else, I don't want to say that like everybody, but mostly everybody will just appreciate it when, or if it becomes anything. Okay, that's good. Boom, boom, boom. Good. We want a silent sound. We don't want it to be making a lot of sound. Okay, now we're ready for the other hand. If King can give me a hand here, which he already did, King gave me a hand. These are a little bit bendable. I had to redo, his fingers were completely rusted and gone completely, so I actually built this hand from the metal on out. Of course, this U piece I used, it was original, rather. Okay. If I can remember how this works. Okay, it's going to go around there. And that's going to be right there. I see. So this one basically just gets strapped in. Now, Pizza Time Theater did this, so or it could have been Pizza Time Theater. They put a string in here, and if you notice, the King in old videos and even the ones that attempted to restore, and I do say attempted to restore because it wasn't 100%. I can go into that in more detail later, but it was not 100%. If you look at the details. But they put this string here, and I don't know why. I suppose because he's always came apart or something. But if it's on right, he won't come apart. He has this little hole there, but we'll still put it there. I always just, I mean, it doesn't matter if it comes apart, then you just put it back on, but I would think if kids saw like the King's like arm like that, that would look a little bit bad, look like veins or something. All right, now this is pretty easy. I'm gonna strap it in using zip ties. And I got holes here that kind of hold it in place. There we go. There we go. Love that sound. That means that progress is happening. All right. So now, basically all I do is get it nice and tight in there. And I'll probably do another one on the bottom here. I guess not that. Another zip tie. What I was gonna say earlier before I got more concentrated was the old videos show the King like his hands really, it's weird, his hand is really just kind of dangling, and I don't like dangling. It's like he's not even playing the guitar. So I make it to where it's steady and tight, like your hand, because your hand's not like when you're on your guitar, it's not like doing that where it's not even touching the fretboard. Okay. That's good. Get that excess off there. Oops. All right. Now it looks like it's ready to be put on again with good old pins. Safety pins are your best friend when you're working with furry things and robots. Furry robots. They hold things in place. It's fur, so consistent holes everywhere, and it holds it through the holes. Okay. Go. And this part isn't really seen at all. So if you do have a safety pin that's sticking out, it's no big deal, because it's going to be behind the scenes or behind the King. There we go. Now I'll do it around. Probably get a big one, big safety pin. Very good. And on the bottom. No, I'm kidding. Okay guys, this is part 2 before the interrupt. So it looks like King's ready. He's got his, he can punch you if you want. Now we'll bring him back here. I want to make sure his elbow because it was different. Elbows were different prior. Okay. Might have to bend it a little bit more. There we go. There we go. And now we just need a nut and bolt, which should be fairly easy to find this time. I should have said that after I found it. Let's see. This holds, and even though it doesn't go in all the way, it doesn't need to. It just needs to slide through and have something that can hold it in. Okay. And that works. And there we go. All right. This little white piece is just for this right here listens to the music, and that's how it's music responsive. Real easy, you can get them on Amazon. Okay. Now, the fun part, which is the air. It's not fun, I was kidding. Because when I turn them on, there's gonna be air going everywhere. So, let me bring you up here. So it's better if you put the, you're not gonna be able to see it, but it's not that bad. I'm just plugging them in. Of course, the thickest one is gonna plug into the main port, which is here somewhere. Here it is. So which of the thickest one is just the question. So I'm gonna take this one because I figure it's this one. It's a shorter one and this is closer. We'll plug it in. And that's the main air valve artery, King artery. Okay, and then we're gonna bring this one out. And I know that one of these has a solenoid that I need to replace, and I'd rather him be able to strum on perfect cue than have him fret board. So I may have to change those out again or switch it. Okay, then we got the air intake, which again, it may be right, it may be wrong, but we'll find that out when he's on. I don't like that, how you can see it. So try and make it a little bit less seen. Of course, you really can't when it's, you know, I could always strap them in. And then I'll do the same thing in the back here for this air intake, which I don't know where it is. Oh, it's up here. All right, so that was it. It only took an hour to put his guitar back on. But now the King's guitar is back on. Bada boom. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then continue to count to 50. See? It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Not a big deal. All right, let's see if it works. I've already got the compressor on, and I went earlier, and it's always good every month to, I always drain the compressor because it does. And we got all these extra things here, so we're going to put them right back. That way when I need those extra things again, good thing I'm not a surgeon, we'll just put all your extra parts, sir, in here, and if you ever need them again, we know where they are. because you seem like you're working just fine. All right, and that's it. So if he wasn't working good, or it would be rather noticeable immediately. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and air them up, and need to go back in. There we go. There you go, King. People say, why do you talk to something that is non-animated or an inanimate object? And I'm like, well, actually, he is animated. Get the toolbox all back up, everything where it's supposed to be. And I don't know why he had that bracelet, but he wore that bracelet for a long time. So tell you what, he wore that for plenty of shows, and I'll give that bracelet to the next. He wore him for a bunch of show tapes, so one of the next Golden Paw members, which I think by the time this video comes out, it would have already been announced, and there's going to be several, so please. It will go to the one of the King's choice, but one of the Golden Paw members will get one of his actual bracelets that he used for many years, I guess now, right, on his show tapes. And he'll get a new one. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and plug them in. Make sure the line is drained from this end, which it should be, because I just took the water all out. And boom. No, that's not good. Put that in there. All right. Now we can put his light, which is stuck underneath. All right, I can go back under here. Yeah, plug that back in. All right. And test this out, and let's see what's going on here. All right. Good. Open. Open. And I'm turning on his silent one, because I don't care to listen to music when I'm testing them. This is just purely testing to make sure the strum is in the strum and everything else is in the everything else. Addition. Oh, the mouth works. Okay. Here it is. So this should be the strum. Good. Good. And now the strum. And that does stick. I gotta change the solenoid out. wasn't sticking as much, and now it is, but whatever. It happens. Fixing the solenoid is gonna take time. I can tell that's a solenoid. So you can hear that air. It's not supposed to be there. Something's supposed to close it. And that's what's supposed to close it is the solenoid, which you guys don't see, but they're known as mouse valves. And I have a new one. I have to take them all apart. And right now during the Save King is probably not the best time to do it. Anyway, it has a little lever, and that closes air and opens air. And basically its lever is sticking, which means it needs to be replaced. They're about 50 bucks each, 50 to 100 each. And so I just gotta wait. Probably I'll definitely do it before show tape 6 to get that replaced. And it could be the pressure too. Let's see how he's doing that. And so that will be fixed eventually. In time, if he makes it, which I hope he does, or is new. Should probably do something different, but again, design, I don't want to get stuck too much in design, especially when I gotta program him 2 songs, and one of those songs is gonna be something I've never heard before. So, yeah, I don't want to make it too complicated, because good thing is I don't have to film, because this is all going to be live. So, which means I don't have to mess with effects. That takes the longest. But to do King, to do recording takes about, I don't know, 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how long the song is. Got your star. Okay, he's got everything. He's ready to rock. Make sure no water. And all right, so that was replacing his guitar.